Hello, dear students. Our today's topic is requirement elicitation. So, what is requirement elicitation? So, we can say that requirement elicitation is the process to find out the requirements for an intended software system. Means the software system which is going to be developed, and this can be achieved by a proper communication with client, with end users, and with system users and other stakeholders who are involved in software system development activity. So this is requirement elicitation. Requirement elicitation process contains these four steps, these four phases. First one is requirement gathering. Second one is requirement organization. Third one is negotiation and discussion. And fourth is requirement specification. So we will discuss all these phases one by one. Okay. So first stage requirement gathering. We can say that when developer discuss with the client and end users to know their expectations, to know their requirements from software system, that is requirement gathering. Organizing requirements. When developer organize all the requirements, organize in a way that which requirement will be treated first, which requirement will be treated later stage. So this is organizing requirements, means to say that to put all the requirements based on priority. So next is negotiation and discussion. If requirements are ambiguous or there are some conflicts in requirements of various stakeholders, so in this case, this phase, negotiation and discussion, is most important, because if there is conflict, then by discussion, by negotiation, a final outcome or a final conclusion can be made. So this phase is used for that purpose. Next is requirement specification. So requirement specification is what? It is a detailed description of software system with its functional and non-functional requirements. So now question is, what is functional requirement and what is non-functional requirement? In general, we can say what we are going to develop, what the software system will do. That is functional requirement, means what the software system will do. Each functional requirement, and how this system will work, how this system will work, this will be non-functional requirement. So in detail we can see about functional and non-functional requirement. So functional requirement specify the behavior of a system. It also tells us that what the system will do. A non-functional requirement is related to quality of a system, and we will see in non-functional requirement that how will the system work. Okay, how the task can be achieved by the system. This is non-functional requirement. There may be some non-functional requirements like efficiency. Okay, like efficiency, and portability, usability, so many non-functional requirements, because functional requirement is related to quality of a system, and we can define the quality of system by using what is the efficiency of system is portable, so usability of a system. So there may be so many more. We can see that efficiency of the system. Okay, next is availability of the system. Next is flexibility of the system, usability of a system, portability of the system, and maintainability of a system. So these are some non-functional requirements. Okay. Our next topic is requirement elicitation techniques. So there are so many techniques for requirement elicitation, in which first one is interviews. So what is interviews? Interviews are very strong medium used to collect requirements. We will make interaction with client. We will make interaction with user. Okay, so there may be several methods that we can conduct interaction. We can conduct interview of client. So first one is structured, also called closed interview. What is in it? Where every single information together is decided in advance. Okay, it follow a proper pattern and matter of discussion. That is structured interview. Non-structured interview, also called open interview, means what information together is not decided in advance. These are more flexible and less biased interview. Okay, so structured interview means all the information which is together is decided in advance, while in non-structured interview all the information which is together is not decided in advance. Okay, there are some other categories of interview like oral interview, like written interviews, one-to-one interviews, one-to-one discussion, and one-to-one is what which are held between two persons across the table. That means face-to-face interview. Group interview means number of participants are involved in this interview, and the motive of this interview is to uncover all the requirement, to uncover the requirement which is missing. Okay, that is group interview. Next requirement elicitation technique is brainstorming. What is brainstorming? It is a group technique. That means uh, many participants are involved in this activity. Okay, think about that. If there are so many participants which are involved in a activity, then the benefit is that lot of ideas, lot of activities, lot of new things will be shared. But disadvantage is what? That there may be some conflict. There may be some conflict among the ideas of pupil. There may be some conflict among pupils. Okay, because some people may be agree on a particular point, some people may not agree on that particular point, so there may be some conflict. Okay, second thing, the important thing is that every idea or discussion is documented properly, so that every involved person would be able to see these ideas or these views or these discussions. Next, a detailed report of all is prepared, which consists list of requirements and their priority. Okay, which will be executed first, which will be executed after that, and then after that. So this is the priority of activities. As earlier we discussed that if there is a group, then all are discussing about a particular requirement, about a particular topic, then there may be some conflict and bias. So to handle such critical condition, to handle such critical circumstances, a highly trained facilitator is required, so that that person would be able to manage all the things, that person would be able to manage all the activities. Okay, next is fast. and FAST stands for Facilitated Application Specification Technique. So what is this? Uh, because this is a team oriented technique, so that's why we can say that this technique is somewhere similar to brainstorming. And in brainstorming, what we did that there is a group of people. So the main motive of this approach is to fill the gap between the customer and developer. And the gap can be filled by making a proper communication, by making a regular discussion, by making a regular communication, by collecting all the user's requirement, by putting number of questions before the client, number of questions before the customer, so that we can collect all the expectations of user, all the expectations of customer. In it, number of participants are involved, but each participant has to prepare his or her own list. Okay, that means if the requirements are similar, then they are combined. If requirements are redundant, then they are removed, and sub teams is prepared for mini specification. Okay, so this is fast. Next is QFD. QFD stands for Quality Function Deployment, and the main focus of QFD is that we have to satisfy customer, and customer will be satisfied only when we fulfill all his or her expectation from the software which is going to be developed. Okay, so QFD is majorly concerned on customer satisfaction. Okay, and it is obvious if customer requirements are fulfilled, then customer will be satisfied. So this is QFD. There may be various types of customers requirements. Now question is that we will try to satisfy the customer requirement. Every development team will try, every organization will try that our customer uh, must be satisfied with our work. Our customer must be satisfied with that software which we have developed. So there may be some requirement, there may be some standard requirement which an organization can consider that at least we should fulfill all these requirements. So these requirements are like normal requirement. First one is normal requirement. In it, all the requirements of software are discussed with customer. What is the need of customer? What is the expectation of customer? Everything will be discussed about the software which is to be developed. Next is expected requirements. So what is expected requirements? Some requirements which are not explicitly stated by the customer. Some requirements which customer normally does not state. So these requirements means security from unauthorized access, to provide security to the application, to provide security to the software. So these may be some expected requirements because customer is asking for the development of a software, then he or she may expect that his application or software will be safe. His application or software will be safe from unauthorized access. That means security concern. Okay. Next is exciting requirement. So these are beyond the expectation of users. Means to add some additional features, to add some additional functionalities. Okay, beside the requirement. You can take a simple example. Suppose you are going to purchase a mobile phone, then before purchasing phone, you see all the normal features. But if your mobile have some additional features which you didn't expect, then definitely it will increase your satisfaction level. So this is what this is exciting requirement, and this can be done by adding some more functionalities, some more features in the software or application. Okay, so dear students, this is all about today's lecture. So keep learning. Thank you.